English is the global language of opportunity. You know that, right? You watch movies, you understand what they mean, you laugh at jokes in English, and even you grasp some complex ideas from the movies, podcasts, and series. Yet, when it's your turn to speak English, the words seem to vanish. What is the reason for this? You know what you want to say, but your tongue doesn't cooperate. Sound familiar, huh? If you can understand English easily but you can't speak, this video is for you. Welcome back to another video with me. Of course, I am Kamand and this is my YouTube channel. If you're new here to my channel, please subscribe and like this video. So first, let's break it down. Understanding and speaking are two different skills. Think of it as a two-way street. On one side, you have receptive skills like listening and reading. We call them input. And these are about absorbing information. And on the other side, you have productive skills like speaking and writing. We call them output. Do you think it is possible to be good at one side and to be bad at the other side? Let's dive into the reasons. So it happens to most of my students that they say, I'm really good at listening to English, I can understand English, I can read English very well. But when it comes to speaking and of course writing, the output skills, I can't do them. And the most struggling part is speaking. And in this video, we're gonna uncover the secrets of why this is even possible. Why? The first and the most important reason is you lack speaking practice. Here's the hard truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, most of us don't practice speaking nearly enough. Watching Netflix or listening to podcasts is great, but you have to remember that these are passive skills. Your brain absorbs the meaning and the sounds, but your mouth doesn't get the exercise it needs, doesn't get the workout it needs. Speaking is like building a muscle. If you don't use it, it stays weak. To fix this problem, you have to practice actively. That means finding opportunities to speak English, even if it's just speaking to yourself in the mirror or, describing your day out loud. And there are plenty of applications out there that can help you with this part. Reason number 2, you have this fear of making mistakes. So, fear of making mistakes. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding silly, fear of being judged. This little word, fear, can paralyze even the most knowledgeable learners. Every fluent learner you've ever met was once a beginner. So making mistakes isn't just acceptable, it's necessary. So mistakes are stepping stones to fluency. Start small. Practice simple sentences and gradually work your way up. Reason number 3, the translation trap. Do you find yourself translating from your native tongue, native language into English before speaking English? This habit is a major roadblock. Why? Because this slows you down while speaking, and of course, it creates awkward sentences. Nonsense. Most of the things that can make sense in your native language may or may not make sense in English language. So be aware. And if you don't know how to work on this problem, there is a video for you. Click on this and watch it. Of course, after watching this video. And the solution, the simplest solution I can give you is to think in English. Again, start small. Like, I'm hungry. What should I do? Where should I go? And gradually your brain will adapt and the sentences will come out more naturally. Reason number 4, you have limited active vocabulary. You don't know what's active vocabulary? You can watch this video. You may understand thousands of words while you're hearing them, But can you recall them while you're speaking? Can you use them while you're speaking? So this is the difference between passive and active vocabulary. Passive vocabulary is what you recognize, and active vocabulary is what you can use while speaking, while writing. Kamand, how can I activate my vocabulary? To do this, you have to focus on repetition and the usage of the vocabulary. When you're learning new words, don't just memorize it. Try to use it in a sentence. And of course, try to memorize the sentence. This is much better. Say the word out loud and write it down and try to practice it as much as you can. And reason number 5 is lack of pronunciation confidence. Sometimes the issue isn't just vocabulary or grammar. Maybe you have perfect grammar knowledge, maybe you have perfect vocabulary knowledge, but you lack pronunciation confidence. If you're not sure how a word sounds, how a word actually sounds, you might hesitate saying it. So this hesitation creates a mental block. How to fix this? Of course, there are many applications out there that can help you with your pronunciation. You can just find them by a simple search, or if you don't want to use any applications, just try the shadowing technique. Shadowing technique is that. So you have to find a native speaker, you have to listen to it many times, and you have to repeat exactly what he or she is saying with the exact rhythm, intonation, tone, and even their pauses. This is called shadowing. Over time, you will improve your pronunciation and you will build your confidence to speak, to be comfortable with your own pronunciation. The last and the most important thing that I want to tell you is being able to understand English and not able to speak English is not a permanent state. It's a challenge. It's a solvable problem. But the key is consistency and practicing a lot. Don't just consume English, try to produce it. Speak English, even if it's imperfect. Turn your passive knowledge into your active skills. You've already taken the first step by understanding English. Now it's time to take the next step. Speak it. Remember, fluency is not about perfection, it's about communication and conveying your meaning. So you've got this, I'm sure. Thank you for watching this video. If this video was helpful for you, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye for now.